So, good morning,
This
everyone.
conference will now be recorded.
Thanks for joining in. Good morning. So, we have around 17 participants till now. Uh, I've already set a reminder in the group. So, if some more people join, let them be. We were good to start. Session won't be too long.
Session won't be too long. Ankit, Kamlesh here.
Yeah, please, Kamlesh, tell me.
Yeah, please come, please tell me. I'm joining.
I can hear my own voice, so better to mute all of you if you are not speaking. Uh, and also there was a feedback. So anyway, uh, let us start because even I planned that I won't be extending too long because once I extend it long, it becomes difficult for other participants to hang in. Uh, so let me keep it precise and let me keep it only till the point where on a fine Sunday morning you will be able to grasp all the concept. Apart from working on all 5 days, waking up on a Sunday morning and uh, being part of a session is quite painful. But anyway, so let us start. So see, in Excel, there is this basic understanding that you all need to have. So this stands for my column and this stands for my row. In R, if you remember, we had something like this: data, and then we had row. So I'm talking about the data frame, and then we had something like column. So this was the basic working or the basic syntax that we use in R. In Excel, what it happens it is like cell, and cell has something like this: a row and column. So this is from VBA perspective that I'm saying that this is how we pinpoint to a particular cell. From there is another syntax for that is range. So range that could vary from, like, suppose if I have to start from A1 actually. So this is A and this is 1, so it will be A1. And then if I have to go till this fourth and sixth, so C4. So this will be my major syntax for first 4 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so this is how it is in Excel. So let me first walk through the basic things and that we have in Excel, and then we will look at some of major things. So let me first start with the basic data. So let's say I have a serial number, and now if I try to drag it till 10, I have got 1 everywhere. But I don't want it like this. I want it to be in an incremental order. So what I can do, this will be equal to plus 1. So see, for writing any formula in Excel, what we do generally is equal to and then on the formula part. So in formula, if we have to write any formula, it will be in this proper format. First will be our equal to sign and then followed by formula. So A2 denotes which cell we are referring to, and then plus 1. So if I want to see what are the cells it is referring to, I can simply press F2. So need to remember these few shortcuts in order to understand. So as I'm going through the session, you can take this down or you can note in your notepad if you have. So this will actually help you better. So This is the way. So here if you see, here this cell is A2. It is referring to A2 and then plus 1. And it has a value of 1 and this is 2. So now if I drag it to here, I got all the summation. So it is sum of previous of its value. So this is A3 plus A1, A3 plus 1, then A4 plus 1. So the formula that I have mentioned here was A2, but when I move to the next cell, the below row, it has increased as A3, then A4, A5. So now it is referring to the one just above it. So this is a good way to actually mention a serial number. But now the problem is it has been made dynamic. I want to make it fixed. So for making it fixed, I have to only paste the values. So we have a special thing that to paste it as value. So I'm pressing Control C, and what I'm pressing now is Control Alt V. So Control Alt V gives me the option that how I want to paste it. So I want to paste it as formula. I want to paste it as value, format, comment, validation. Which one? So here I want only the values to retain, not the formulas. I don't need the formulas. I only need the values. So to select the values, I can press V or I can select it here. So if I press V, this has been selected, and now press OK. So see, formulas have vanished now. I don't have the formulas, I only have the values. Similarly, in that way, I can do many other exercises as well. I again press Control Alt V, and now if I paste it as transpose, so either I can press E, which has selected transpose, or I can select it with my mouse. So it has done horizontally. From vertical to horizontal, it has come. So this is one way of using Alt Control V. So let me mention it, what I'm doing. Control Alt plus V. Okay. So let me do one thing. Let me start with a day, Monday. Now if I drag it, let's see what I get. So Excel is quite good at picking the days of the week. So once you have entered the date, it will do it, or it will move it accordingly. If I drag it more to Sunday, so yeah, I have Sunday now. Okay. So this is one way. Another way that you can do is, suppose if I do a Monday here, now, now every time I have to drag it, then it will be a problem for me. So what I can do, so what I did here is move to the upper cell, then control side arrow. Control side arrow will move to the last cell which contains a value. So last cell which contains a value is this J2. Now I have reached to J2, and there I have now again to third row. Now I'm pressing Control Shift and left side arrow, and now Control R. So Control R is mainly for extending the formulas towards the right side. Okay. So let's say if I have something like this, one, and then I have, so this is 2. So now I want to extend it till J3. So what I can do is copy this and then Control R. So control R, just remember, towards the right side. I am dragging the formula towards the right side, and it has been populated for all the, so for the entire row that I wanted. So this is one way. Another way, now I want to drag it in vertical. So for horizontal, we know it is control R. So let me mention it here, control plus R. So control plus R is towards right side or in horizontal manner. If I want to do it in vertical way, so let's say this equal to plus 10. Now we have 11 here, and I want to drag it down to this part. So let me tell you what I have done. Move to this cell, gone down, control down arrow, then towards right, and then control shift up. All the rows, all the required cells are selected. Now control D. So control D will do it vertically. So here let me mention control plus D. Okay. And pasting it as value. Okay, fine. So this was the some basic about uh, basic dragging of formulas. So let me clear everything. So this mark, if you select, it will select the entire sheet. And with entire sheet, what you can do, once you've selected that, you can apply that same thing on all of them. So now if I press delete after selecting, so all the cells will vanish. So yeah, everything got cleared. Okay. So these are some of the shortcuts that you need to know. Always keep them handy because it will help you to manage things much faster. So there is something as left aligned and right aligned in Excel. So here if I mention Ankit, so can you tell me if it is right aligned or left aligned only in the chat section? Left aligned, right? Okay. And now if I enter 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is right or right aligned, right? So what happens in Excel? Excel picks character or text towards left aligned and your numeric as right aligned. So this is the major difference. Now if I want to change it to text, what I need to do is I need to write it like this. So now it has picked as text. Or what I can do if I try to change it like from here to a text. Now it has changed to a text. So in this way also I can do that. Now to general, it has again gone to the original format. It has been there. Okay. So now coming to date. So if you all remember, so how many of you have done the sessions conducted on SAS? So anyone? Okay. So I assume no one. So anyway, for SAS, if you all remember, so what is the uh, zero date or the first date that is taken? So in SAS, it is, if I remember it correctly, it is 1st of Jan 1960. So 1st of Jan 1960 is treated as the first date or zero. In Excel, what happens is the first date that is picked, if I do it as zero here, and I then convert it into a date, so it is first, yeah, January 1990. That is the first date. Now, if one date ahead of this, then Sunday. So this is actually 00. That means a year previous to this. So this doesn't make any sense. So 0 doesn't make much of a sense. First date that is starting from 1 is 1st January 1990. So that is considered to be the first date in Excel. In SAS, it is 1st of January 1960. It is 1900. I'm sorry, extremely sorry, 1900, not 1990. So this starts as a reference date. So like any other tool, mainly in SAS, Excel also uses this date as a numeric format. It stores dates as a numeric format and then converts it into a particular format which is required. So again, this date could have many other format. I can change it to a short date also. It would look like this, again to a long date. So I can play around with this date format if I press Control 1. So remember, I'm mentioning out here Control plus 1. So if I do it like this and press Control 1, what is, yeah, my Excel. So here I have list of all the date formats that I can use, format of the cell that I want. So Control 1 is again one of the very good shortcut that can be used. So I could do it like this. This is the main format, or I could do it like this. Alignment again, uh, in what orientation I want to put it as. Uh, should it be entirely horizontal, or should I put it to a certain degree? Or if, let's say, if I change it to a certain degree, let's see what happens. So it has tilted around like this. If I again press Control 1 and put it to a 0 degree, see, again it will be in the same horizontal format. So always keep this handy. Control 1 is a better option, formatting option that is available for any formatting that you want to do. Uh, Quite a good shortcut that can be used apart from looking around for all the ribbon tabs where I can go and I can look for editing. For that, Control 1 is a much better option available. Okay. So as I mentioned, uh, date is always stored in a numeric format. So what if the date, that numeric is having decimals? So any idea? Okay. So let us try it out. Let us write 423 dot. So I have this date format which has decimals. Now if I convert it into a date, short date. So this date has also come up with time. So if I have something in decimal, it converts it into a time of that day. So for all the dates where we have time, it converts the decimal part. So it considers the decimal part. So anything that comes as a decimal is considered to be date. So even here also delete 1.1 1 3. If I do it like this, so here also I've got the time along with date. So just for a better understanding, now if I pick all of them and change it to number, so you can see all of them are converted into number. And now if I put it to short date, then date is there, but along with that, the time is also there for all of them where we have uh, numbers in decimal, or we have a relevant decimal value. So this was also one of the shortcuts. So now if I want to select this entire column and delete this, so what will be the method? Control and space. So control and space will select the entire column. Now if I want to select only the row, then control and shift. Sorry, uh, control and space for this, and control shift space. No, not control shift. So it is, so if I remember it correctly, yeah, shift and space. Correct. So it was shift and space for this, and control and space for entire column. Yeah, actually, using lot of keyboard varieties. So in office I use another keyboard, and at home I'm another using another laptop. So yeah, uh, do get confused with that. So yeah, thanks for helping me out. So control and space. So if I mention it out here, control plus space, that will be for entire column, and control plus sorry, shift plus space, that will be for entire row. So let's say I've selected the entire column and I want to delete it now. So the shortcut for this is control and minus. So if I press control and minus, it will be entire column will be deleted. If I want to roll it back, I can just press control Z and it will again appear. Similar thing for also. If I want to select entire row, shift and space, I've selected entire row, and if I want to delete the entire row, then control minus. Again, it has been deleted. Roll it back, control Z. Okay. So F4 is one of the operation which is used to repeat the same thing again. So let's say if I have done this and I have pressed control, so let's say 1. Now I have pressed. So if I have done control plus, control shift minus, control minus, so the entire column has been deleted. Now I want to roll it back. Sorry, if I want to do it again, for that control F is the command. So sorry, only F4. I'm sorry, F4. So F4 will repeat that command again. So the last command which I have executed was control minus. So control, that means the deleting of entire selected thing. So if we want to redo it, F4 is the button which you need to press for the same operation, doing it again and again. So you can note it down, F4 for this. So if I work on the real utility of this, so let me have it a data that will help you to explain better. So here I have my data, and here I want to do that operation. So let's say here towards end, just before the end, I want to insert a column where I can have a summation of all the donation that has been provided. So these are the donation that has been provided over last 5 years, and I need a summation for all of these. So control space and then control plus. So control plus will uh, add one new column in between, and now I can have a total, and then plus this will be sum. So I have got sum here, and now I want to drag it down. So what I can do here is I can press twice on this box that has appeared here. Press it twice and it will be dragged down to the entire column, or wherever till the point I have the data till there. And if you want to look at it, so here it has reflected. So for this button is F2, so it has reflected. Now if I this is one way of dragging it. Another way, if I don't want to use my mouse, I can do it like this: copy it, go till the end, and then move it again towards upward, and then control D. So control D, as I mentioned, for anything which is vertical and I want to drag my formulas in the vertical direction, for that control D works better. Is the option that is available. Without using my mouse I can do that, and I have my formulas reflected all over the column. Now I want to paste it only as value. So control C and control alt V. Control alt V for pasting as value, and now I need to select on V, that is as values, and I have it all over. So yeah, this is done. So this is one way of doing it. So now let us move to next operation. So now I have the data. I need to work with the data, but before that I need to know a few of the things: how to filter out, how to sort it, or things like that. So here is a shortcut for sorting my data. So what is the shortcut? The shortcut is Alt plus A plus S plus S. So I need to press Alt A S S. So one by one. So first Alt, then A, then S, then S. So it will bring out the sorting option that is available to me. Otherwise, what you can do is you can always go to this sort option and then you can sort, or otherwise you have this shortcut. So again, in Excel, as I mentioned earlier, shortcut becomes very handy when you have to work with the data and you're looking for all the options available on the ribbon or the tab. Then it becomes quite lengthy. Otherwise, the shortcuts are very good options available that you have. Okay. So I'm not deleting this. Just note it down for your reference. Otherwise, what we can do is we also have a option available. Hold on Alt. Uh, Now release it. Now among all the tabs that are mentioned here, I want to move to this sorting option. So sorting option is available there in home. So press H. So all of these which are there, options that are there in home, that are now visible. Now among these I need to go into sorting. So the option that is showing is S. So I press S. So here it has come that how I want to sort these: smallest to largest, largest to smallest, or custom sort. So I need to make a custom sort, and on basis of that, I will make the this. So let me press custom sort, and for custom sort, I need to do U. Okay, and guys, why do you do this? Why you don't go on mute? Okay, anyway, so this was the option that was available. So let me do it again. Within home, I need to go to sort. So Alt, all the options are available. Need to go to home. So I have options: H for home, N for insert, P for page layout, M for formulas, A for data. So press H. Now within sort, so sort option is there, and I need to go to sort S, and within sort, custom sort, that is U. So it is now available. So without using your mouse, you can do this. So these shortcuts are quite handy. Will help you a lot. Okay. Other option, as I mentioned, if you remember the shortcut, this will also help. Alt A S S. You have all the options available on which basis you want to do. So this was one. Now again for filtering. So this was for sorting. If I mention it out, sorting. For filter, we have an option. So it is Control D F F. So I have filters on all of them. So we have, sorry, all DFF. I'm extremely sorry. It is all Alt plus D plus F plus F. So this is the option there for filter. Okay. Now from the filter, if I want to drag this, so without using my mouse, Alt then down arrow. So all the filter options will be available. So what are the values and what are the levels that I have? These are all available. Now I want to select only a particular one. I can put space and select that, and then press enter. So all the tick mark value will be now selected, and I have them with me. Now I want to go back to the previous version. So what I will do, Alt T S, sorry, Alt D F S. So this is to make filter. After making filter, if I want to Control Shift L, yeah. So there for same thing there are many other options available. Uh, so Control Shift L. So Control Shift L is, yeah, one another option. So thanks for mentioning out. Control Shift and L. Control Shift L. So just in the case if the text is quite large and it doesn't fix, what you can do is you can give a double tick here, double click on this margin, and it will fix it automatically. Same thing here as well. Now suppose if this is quite narrow, and if I do it, so all the things which are not fitting previously are now fitting in. Okay, so Control Shift L. Thanks for mentioning it out. And this is also a better option available. So yeah, in Excel for same thing there are many options available using which you can do that. So this is for all DFF or filter. Now if you see, if I do it, if I select some of the key features, so now I have selected, but I don't want to filter out my some of the data. I want to roll it back to the previous version where I started. So for that, Alt D F S. So if I removing filter values, for that we have Alt plus D plus F plus S. So this will remove if any filter that I have put previous to that. Or if I totally want to remove this filter option, the drop down of filter, then again I will press Alt D F F. So it will go away. So again, few easy things. You can note this down. This will help you. So, so let me do one more thing. So there is a formula run between. So random between, that is if I want to have my numbers in between this range. So here I have 9. So if I drag it, see that now the number has changed. So there are few functions. What happened is with these functions or wherever this random number is there. So every time I refresh it or every time I drag it, drag any other formula or every time I uh, do any other operations or press enter, let's see. So there is a change. So now let's say if I drag it down, you can notice there is again a change. So once I've created the random, if I don't want it to change, what I need to do is I need to do paste it as value. So Control C and then Control Alt V value, and then I have fixed all my values here. So let's see if I roll it back to the previous version, and now if I press a refresh, so there is a refresh option, data, yeah, here I have refresh option. So that is one. Otherwise, if I move back to the previous slide and then if so, then also change. So this was one. So this is ran between, and for ran there is one other function. Yes, yeah, Vineet, thanks. So there are many options available. So Vineet has said that uh, Alt H VV is also a shortcut to pasting it as values. So if I mention it here, so paste as value. So Alt H VV. So that is again. So for doing the same thing, we have many options available in Excel. Let's say. So see, after entering one value and pressing enter, it has again changed. Then if I do, so the major drawback with this random function, a random between. No, Control Alt V just as well. So Control Alt V is mainly an abbreviation for paste special. So pressing that Control Alt V, I will get all the options available. So if I specifically want to do uh, paste as values, for that Vineet has mentioned, and as I showed you in the previous sheet, so that option is available. Apart from that, if I want to have all the options available and on basis of that I want to do, this is the option also available for me. So only for paste, so yeah, let me remove this F2 plus. Okay. So also from moving to one page to the another, I have this option control page up and page down. So if I press control and then page up, it will move to previous sheet. Page down, next sheet. So I can do it like this. Again will help me not to use my mouse. So control page up or control page down. Simple thing. And if I want to have a new workbook, then okay. So this was random between. So we have another function of rand. So this also does the same thing, but here we have option only till 1 and 0. So in between 1 and 0, whatever comes, it will show that. Again, I can drag it and see it is changing again like rand between. So same thing, same features between rand between and rand. Only thing is that here the range is fixed. Here I can provide my own range. But same thing, it will change also. So let me. So here one option is there, none. So I want to remove all this none and replace it as NA. So for that, what I can do is I can select this entire range. So not necessarily the entire data set. I can only select this entire column. I can make the changes here itself. So if I have selected this column only, the changes will be made only in this column, not anywhere else. So once selected, now if I press Alt, sorry, Control F, I have this option available, find and replace. So here now I can find the keyword that I need to, that I want, and I can replace it accordingly. So find what I have none mentioned many times, and I want to replace it with NA. So replace all, and the replacement will be done only in the selection. So I have selected the column, and it will be and changes will be made only there. So it has said that 460 replacement made. Okay, done. So let me roll it back to the previous version. Yeah, I got it. So this is also one good way of doing it. So summation I have already told you. One another thing, minimum of all the how to do minimum. So control shift and plus, so control and plus for adding a new column. And if I want to have a minimum of all the donation that has been provided, then minimum of all the numbers that were there, and then so this is the minimum that I have. So minimum is reflected all in the entire column. This is again good. So let us see the count function. So it will give only the numeric value that I have. Okay, so just let me check. So let me do it like this. So as I mentioned earlier, for 400, 10, 67. So if I do a day here, equal to, so mainly it is for the date format. So as I mentioned, Excel takes this numeric as date. So this entire number as date. So if I convert it into a date and if I check it now, so it is showing me that there is 20th of March 3080 that it is showing me. So what day has done, so if I look at, so day, it has only picked up the day part. Now similarly, if I need to pick out the month part, it has picked up the month part, and we have seen here that the month part that it is showing, it is March. So rightly picked, it has picked up March. And again, similarly for year, if I want to have something, again the serial number that I have, and it has given me the year that I want. Now if I want to make a date out of it, year, then month, and then date. So now it has provided me the date out of it. So again, a simple way of doing it. So now what if I want to extract only the some of the specific part from it and display it in a particular way? So let's say I have the date here available with me, and from here the date I want to pick out only the day part, or which day of the week it is showing. So text. So text is a very good format, converts a value to a text for specific number format. So first I need to provide thing that I want to convert, and then to which format. So text value that I have is this, the date that is provided to me, and from date what I can do, I can provide the format. So dd that is there for day, so it was a Saturday. Now similarly, if I want to mention out which month it was, so text value that is available and particular format. So which month? So if I want to make it a 2-digit month format, then I have third. Now what if I want to make it as uh, make this 03 as March? So for that I have text the value again, and then the format will be MMM. It will give me in March format. I want it complete March, not just MAR. Then it gives me complete March. So these are the way you can edit a particular format. Let's say text. One more example, and something like this. DD MM YYY. So it has given me the format. So this is it. So few more things. After that we will call it off for today. Just few more basic things. So a bit on string manipulation and how we deal with a string and how to uh, do that. So we have few options available for managing a string in Excel. So we have something like left, right, mid, then find. So find is mainly for which cell number or which substring, not cell number exactly, but which position of that entire string you want to find. That mid is again for from where you want to. So if I mention it like this, hello everyone, happy Sunday. Okay, something like this I have mentioned. Hello everyone, happy Sunday. Uh, now I wish to only extract the last few things that has been mentioned there, or the first few things. So left and right will pick accordingly. So let's say left I have. So this is my text and number of characters which I want from left. So left side, that means starting from hello. Hello, this is my left side. And from here, if I want, let's say only 5 characters. So this is what I have got, my hello. Similar thing if I want to do it with the right, this is my text and 5 characters from right side. So unday s has been omitted because it is not included. So here also I have got. So if you all remember substring in SAS. So we have an equivalent for that in Excel also, that is mid. So mid has something similar. We have to enter the text, then the start number or number of characters that we want to have. So this is my text. Start number is 1. I want to start from 1 itself. And then for how many characters I want to, let's say 10, comma, then 10. So I have got hello every ever. Hello ever till here. So here we have 5, then 4 and 1 blank, 10. Fine. So this is how mid works. Mid is same as a substring in SAS. So I provided an analogy so that it will be easier to understand for most of you who are more comfortable with SAS. Okay. Mm, okay. Guys, please go on mute. Atul, Atul, please go on mute. Uh, okay. Thanks. Okay. So substring is also there in R also, if you all remember. And here in Excel we use it as mid. So now I have find. So let us do a find. So I think in SAS it was index or some other, if I remember it correctly, index was there. In R it was, I don't remember it correctly what it was. Uh, anyway, this is what happens when you are not in touch with the programming language for long. So anyway, find text. So the text that I want to find. So let's say within hello everyone, happy Sunday. Within that I want to find happy. And within the text, so within which text? Hello everyone, happy Sunday. And start number where I want to start from. Let's say I want to start from the first letter itself. So I have the index available with me. So I have got the index. So happy is in the 17th index. So now from here, I want to find only happy until rest of the thing. So let's say let us do one thing. Let us do a substring for here. Substring and equivalent of substring is mid. I have mid text. I have this one available. Find start number, that find has already done, and then from find till the last. So I have something like length. So length of entire text. So this is my entire text. So happy Sunday. So all the last part that has come out. So this is what I wanted. So this is a perfect example of a formula inside a formula. So a bit more complicated, but yeah, easy, something easier to explain. So let's say if I want to do it on the basis of comma, I can do it that also. But there is one issue. If I drag it down, I have something as blank. So what is happening actually here? It is referring to M14. So M14 is actually this. So this cell is M14. Now here if you see, it has referred to M15. It has gone down. So what if I want to make this cell as fixed? For that what I need to do, I need to press F4. So F4 will make it fixed. Sorry. So here if I select this M14 and if I do, so now it has fixed both the column and the row. Both of them are fixed. Here also F4, it has fixed both of them. Here also if I press F4, it has fixed both of them. So now if I press enter, my work is done. And now if I try to drag it, it is showing the same value because I have fixed it here. So same thing will be reflected. So now it is referring to same. So this is a way you can fix the formula. So let us try some practical example here just to explain you better. Control Shift plus. So let's say here I have all my majors available. So major in which subject that I have done, that is available here, and I want to extract only first four. First four. So that will be mm, left of text, that is my major, and then my number of characters that I want. first 4. So I've got it accordingly. Now, if I drag it, Control C, you will find that Control D, it has extended. So yeah, it is getting extended. So as the same way that I wanted. But what if I want this history to be repeated every time? Or what if I want this D to be fixed? So here, if you see, what will happen is if I drag it like this, it has now referred to LLB. So if I move it towards the right, the formula will also move it, or the reference of the formula will also move towards right. If I move down, the reference of formula is always moving down. So what if I want to make a specific thing fixed? So let's say here I have the formula. So for the first time when I press F4, both row and both column will get fixed. Second time when I press F4, only my row is fixed. So if you see, only 2 is fixed. I have a dollar just before 2, so only 2 is getting fixed. D is free. So what it means is, if I do history, so it is only referring to history, only the second. Now only LLB, not the one. So here if you see, 2 has become fixed. 2 is repeated every time. Okay. So this is one good example. Now again, if I want to change it from row to column, I want to make column as fixed. So again F4, now column has been fixed. So now if I drag it along this way, so column has been fixed, that means it will be fixed to D column. It won't move to E if I drag it in horizontal way. So if I mention it out here, F4 to fix. Okay. So first time when you do it, then both. Second time when you do it, then row will be fixed. And third time when you do it, then column will be fixed. So hope you all are getting it now. So these were the few basic things. So let us keep it till here for today. I won't extend it long. So in next session, I will cover some of the more formulas which will be required, some more formulas that will be covered, and also pivot table and other operations that will be that will be required. So I will be covering that, how to remove duplicate, how to work with duplicate, conditional formatting, uh, and similar things. So those things will be done in the next session. So any queries, any questions that you have, otherwise we are good to close.
Unmuted.
Thank you, Ashish. So anyone has any question, let me know.
Thank you, Ankit.
Yeah, okay. So you are Ashish, right? Hello. Okay. Mm. Thanks everyone. Thanks Akshay. Thanks Ashish. Thanks Archita. Thanks Sabha.
Thanks, Archita. Thanks, Sabha.
Thanks, Ankit, for session.
Mm. Okay. Kamlesh.
Thank you, Ankit.
So okay, I hope there is no
So
more
okay, I
questions.
hope there is no more questions.
So we are good to close for today.
So we are good to close for today.
Yeah, okay, Ankit, no problem.
Thanks everyone for joining in.
Thanks everyone for joining
See
in.
you in the next
See you
session.
in the next
Bye. Have a
session.
great Sunday.
Okay.
Bye. Have a great Sunday.